The Kennedy half dollar isn't just a coin. It's a piece of American history that carries a memory of a beloved president. From the very first clad issue of 1971 to the latest strikes of 1979, these coins are more than 50 cents. They are treasures with stories, secrets, and unimaginable value hidden in their shine. Some rare examples can be worth a fortune, enough to change your life overnight. Today, we dive deep into these legendary half dollars and uncover how a simple coin in your pocket might just hold the power to make you a millionaire. The first up. The year 1979 holds a very special place in American coinage, not only because of the nation's ongoing history, but also because of the remarkable Kennedy half dollar minted during that time. At first glance, many people think of this coin as just another 50-cent piece, something that may have circulated lightly and slipped quietly into the pockets of Americans. But hidden within its simple design and metallic shine lies the possibility of unimaginable value. Yes, a coin minted for everyday use can today hold the power to turn someone into a millionaire overnight. And the 1979 Kennedy half dollar is one such legendary coin that collectors continue to chase with passion. When the Kennedy half dollar was first introduced in 1964, it was not just a coin, it was a memorial. Struck in honor of President John F. Kennedy shortly after his tragic assassination in 1963, this half dollar instantly became more than currency. It was a piece of American history, a tribute, and a symbol of unity. By 1979, the coin had been circulating for 15 years, but its power to capture hearts had not faded. Instead, it was gaining a new kind of fame among collectors because certain coins from this year, in pristine condition or with rare minting errors, began commanding breathtaking prices in the market. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that once passed from shopkeepers to families, maybe even spent on a morning coffee or tucked into a child's piggy bank. Now picture that very same coin in flawless, untouched condition, gleaming as if it had just left the mint presses in 1979. These are the coins that collectors dream of, because perfection in a world of circulation is rare. A Kennedy half dollar from 1979 in such condition could be valued not in cents or dollars, but in thousands, even millions. It is almost unbelievable, but it is this very possibility that gives this coin its power to change fortunes overnight. Adding to this mystique is the potential for minting errors. Sometimes, the smallest mistakes, an off-center strike, a double die, or even a planchette flaw, transform an ordinary coin into a one-of-a-kind rarity. For the 1979 Kennedy half dollar, such errors are known to exist, and when they surface at auctions, collectors bid furiously to own them. To a numismatist, these mistakes are not flaws but treasures, living proof of history and human imperfection captured forever in metal. And that uniqueness is what drives their value into unimaginable heights. The beauty of the Kennedy half dollar also lies in its design. On one side, the proud and dignified profile of President Kennedy reminds the world of a leader who inspired millions with his words and vision. On the reverse, the presidential seal, with its eagle holding an olive branch and arrows, speaks of strength, peace, and resilience. Together, these symbols carved into silver-toned metal represent not just money, but the enduring spirit of America. Holding a 1979 Kennedy half dollar connects you to that spirit, and for collectors, this connection is priceless. Now imagine the impact of condition, because condition is king in coin collecting. A coin that has been preserved in mint state or proof-like quality can turn heads at auctions. A 1979 Kennedy half dollar, sparkling without scratches or blemishes, untouched by human hands, could be valued at sums beyond imagination. This is where million-dollar stories are born, ordinary people discovering an extraordinary coin that transforms their financial destiny. Many stories have circulated of coins lying hidden in drawers, jars, or old collections, only to later be revealed as treasures worth fortunes. The market for Kennedy half dollars continues to grow, with collectors young and old eager to own a piece of history. The 1979 edition holds special allure because it bridges the gap between everyday circulation and the possibility of becoming a rare, high-value collectible. Each coin is like a ticket to a treasure hunt, where the outcome could be life-changing wealth. That's why these coins are not just metallic discs. They are opportunities wrapped in history, waiting to be discovered by someone lucky enough to hold them. What makes the story even more compelling is the emotional bond Americans feel with Kennedy himself. This coin is not just currency. It is a living memory of a president who stood for hope, courage, and progress. Every time collectors admire the 1979 Kennedy half dollar, they see more than its metallic shine. They see a reflection of history, of loss, of legacy, and of the American dream itself. And that dream becomes even brighter when the coin's value rises into the realm of millions. So, if you happen to come across a 1979 Kennedy half dollar, don't dismiss it as just spare change. Examine it closely, treasure its details, and never let it go for less than its true worth. Because you may just be holding the coin that carries the power to change your life forever. Coins like these remind us that fortune doesn't always come in the form of gold bars or diamond rings. Sometimes, it hides in a humble 50-cent piece, waiting for the right eyes to recognize its true glory. The second up, the story of the 1971 Kennedy half dollar is not just about a piece of metal. It is about legacy, rarity, and the unbelievable possibility of fortune that lies hidden in plain sight. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that carries the face of America's beloved President, John F. Kennedy, minted in the wake of his assassination to honor his memory. Now picture that very coin, a 1971 half dollar, being worth not 50 cents, not even hundreds, but potentially millions of dollars depending on its condition, rarity, and hidden errors. It is a kind of coin that doesn't just change your wallet, it changes your destiny. When the United States Mint struck the Kennedy half dollar in 1971, it marked a new chapter in coinage history. This was the very first year the mint shifted from silver to a copper-nickel-clad composition for circulation half dollars, and that detail alone gives it immense historical importance. Collectors instantly recognize that shift as a turning point. But beyond history, it is the mystery surrounding a few rare variations, misstrikes, and mint errors of the 1971 Kennedy half dollar that turned this humble 50-cent piece into a fortune waiting to be discovered. In the world of numismatics, rarity is everything. Most 1971 Kennedy half dollars are common, yes, but a small handful escaped the mint with extraordinary characteristics. Some were struck on leftover silver planches from 1970, others carried doubling on their lettering, and a few are in such pristine, untouched condition that collectors are willing to pay outrageous sums for them. Imagine the power of owning such a coin, something so rare that it stands out among millions, something so valuable it could elevate you from an ordinary collector to a millionaire overnight. The thrill comes from the hunt. Somewhere in circulation, hidden in rolls of half dollars or perhaps lying forgotten in a family drawer, there may still be a 1971 Kennedy half dollar with that magical difference, a rarity so unique that it could command a price in the millions. Think about it. People spend these coins casually, unaware of the treasure in their hands, while sharp-eyed collectors recognize the possibility of unimaginable wealth. It is almost like winning a lottery, but with history and legacy tied into every detail of the coin. The portrait of John F. Kennedy on the obverse makes the coin even more iconic. His youthful, determined face symbolizes hope, progress, and tragedy all at once. The reverse shows a presidential seal, an eagle gripping arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing power and peace. This coin is not just currency. It is a symbol of American history, minted in the shadow of loss, but also carrying forward the light of remembrance. That emotional weight adds to its value because collectors do not simply buy metal, they buy the story, the history, and the meaning etched into every detail. What makes the 1971 half dollar so enticing is not only its design and history, but the sheer unpredictability of its worth. Imagine stumbling across one in flawless mint state condition, shimmering as though it had never been touched by time. Such a coin could fetch astronomical prices at auction because condition magnifies value. And if that coin carries a mint error, such as being struck on the wrong planchet, double die features, or rare die clashes, then its value doesn't just climb, it skyrockets. Collectors with deep pockets battle fiercely for such pieces, turning an everyday coin into an empire of wealth. Now consider the market. In today's world, collectors are hungrier than ever for rare U.S. coins, especially Kennedy halves. The 1971 issue, being the first of its kind in clad composition, has a special place in their hearts. Auctions reveal the truth. These coins, when rare, are capable of pulling in numbers so staggering they feel unreal. Millions of dollars for a coin originally worth 50 cents. This is not fantasy, it is a reality of numismatic wealth. And it is why you must check your coins carefully, for even one such discovery could transform your financial future forever. Think about the emotional impact. A simple coin, something so ordinary, suddenly becoming the key to unimaginable fortune. It is like holding history in one hand and destiny in the other. You might have walked past it, spent it, or ignored it without realizing its hidden worth. But for those who know, for those who are aware of the 1971 Kennedy half dollar secrets, it becomes a beacon of hope, a possibility that life can change overnight. So the next time you see a Kennedy half dollar from 1971, do not dismiss it as pocket change. Hold it up to the light, inspect it closely, and ask yourself, could this be the one? Could this be the coin that turns 50 cents into millions? Remember, treasures are not always buried deep in the ground. Sometimes they sit in plain sight, waiting for someone with the knowledge and courage to claim them. The 1971 Kennedy half dollar is one of those treasures, a coin with the power to rewrite fortunes and carry the story of a nation in the palm of your hand.